Just give me a quick, 2 to 3 minutes, and we're going to start here with Jerome Powell, and we're going to jump right on into Jer Powell. Give me 2 minutes.
Shutdowns in economies around the world. It was a time of radical uncertainty and severe downside risks. As so often happens in times of crisis, Americans adapted to responded with extraordinary force, especially in the United States. Congress unanimously passed the CARES Act. At the Fed, we used our powers to an unprecedented extent to stabilize the financial system and help stave off an economic depression. After a historically deep but brief recession in mid-2020, the economy began to grow again. And as the risks of a severe extended downturn receded, and as the economy reopened, we faced the risk of replaying the painfully slow recovery that followed the global financial crisis. Congress delivered substantial additional fiscal support in late 2020 and again in early 2021. Spending recovered strongly in the first half of 2021, and the ongoing pandemic shaped the pattern of the recovery. Lingering concerns over COVID weighed on spending on in-person services, but pent-up demand, stimulative policies, pandemic changes in work and leisure practices, and the additional savings associated with constrained services spending all contributed to a historic surge in consumer spending on goods. The pandemic also wreaked havoc on supply conditions. 8 million people left the workforce at its onset, and the size of the labor force was still 4 million below its pre-pandemic level in early 2021. The labor force would not return to its pre-pandemic trend until mid-2023. Supply chains were snarled by a combination of lost workers, disrupted international trade linkages, and tectonic shifts in the composition and level of demand. Clearly, this was nothing like the slow recovery after the global financial crisis. Enter inflation. After running below target through 2020, inflation spiked in March and April 2021. The initial burst of inflation was concentrated rather than broad-based, with extremely large price increases for goods in short supply, such as motor vehicles. My colleagues and I judged at the outset that these pandemic-related factors would not be persistent, and thus that the sudden rise in inflation was likely to pass through fairly quickly without the need for a monetary policy response. In short, that the inflation would be transitory. Standard thinking has long been that, as long as inflation expectations remain well anchored, it can be appropriate for central banks to look through a temporary rise in inflation. The good ship transitory was a crowded one, with most mainstream analysts and advanced economy central bankers on board. I think I see some former shipmates out there today. The common expectation was that supply conditions would improve reasonably quickly, that the rapid recovery in demand would run its course, and that demand would rotate back from goods to services, bringing inflation down. For a time, the data were consistent with the transitory hypothesis. Monthly readings for core inflation declined every month from April through September 2021, although progress came slower than expected. The case began to weaken around mid-year, as was reflected in our communications. And beginning in October, the data turned hard against the transitory hypothesis. Inflation rose and broadened out from goods to services, and it became clear that high inflation was not transitory and that it would require a strong response if inflation expectations were to remain well anchored. We recognized that and pivoted beginning in November. Financial conditions began to tighten, and after phasing out our asset purchases, we lifted off in March of 2022. By early 2022, headline inflation exceeded 6% and core was above 5%. New supply shocks appeared. Russia's invasion of Ukraine led to a sharp increase in energy and commodity prices. The improvements in supply conditions and the rotation in demand from goods to services were taking much longer than expected, in part due to further COVID waves in the United States. And COVID continued to disrupt production globally, including through new and extended lockdowns in China. High rates of inflation were a global phenomenon, reflecting common experiences: rapid increases in the demand for goods, strained supply chains, tight labor markets, and sharp hikes in commodity prices. the global nature of inflation was unlike any period since the 1970s. Back then, high inflation became entrenched, an outcome we were utterly committed to avoiding. By mid-2022, the labor market was extremely tight, with employment increasing by 6.5 million jobs from the middle of 2021. This increase in labor demand was met in part by workers rejoining the labor force as health concerns began to fade. But labor supply remained constrained, and in the summer of 2022, labor force participation remained well below pre-pandemic levels. There were nearly twice as many job openings as unemployed persons from March 2022 through the end of the year, signaling a severe labor shortage, and inflation peaked at 7.1% in June 2022. At this podium 2 years ago, I discussed the possibility that addressing inflation could bring some pain in the form of higher unemployment and slower growth. Some argued that getting inflation under control would require a recession and a lengthy period of high unemployment. And I expressed our unconditional commitment to fully
huge pump for Bitcoin, 61,980 all the way to the upside here for BTC.
Did not flinch.
Beautiful pump.
Our responsibilities.
Look at this move here
forcefully
for
demonstrated
BTC, 62,000. And BOOKMAP suggested we were going to 62K. There was big red areas there earlier this morning.
And another 100
bang, bang, bang.
2023. And we've held our policy rate at its current restrictive level since July 2023. The summer of 2022 proved to be the peak of inflation. The 4.5 percentage point decline in inflation from its peak 2 years ago has occurred in a context of low unemployment, a welcome and historically unusual result. So, how did inflation fall without a sharp rise in unemployment above its estimated natural rate? Pandemic-related distortions to supply and demand, as well as severe shocks to energy and commodity markets, were important drivers of high inflation, and their reversal has been a key part.
Beautiful short squeeze. Looks like we're going to 63,000. I mean,
the unwinding of these
this thing doesn't want to stop.
Longer than expected.
Bitcoin looking super bullish.
In the subsequent,
I took profits on both my longs, and I'm like, dang, man, we went up even more. But I'm never upset about gains.
Which combined with improvements in aggregate supply to reduce inflationary pressure.
I do think the bigger move is going to come on the bigger time frames. I do believe. The charts show me that.
As labor demand also moderated, the historically high level of vacancies relative to unemployment has normalized primarily through a decline in vacancies.
And I was long last night, long to my trading group, kept saying, everyone, I'm long.
Labor market to a state where
4 hour breaking the 200 MA, that's bullish.
Pressures. A word on the critical importance of inflation expectations.
1 hour getting a little far away from the 200 MA. The 21 looks like we could come down quickly. Could just be a fast pump, but man, I like when the 4 hour breaks the 200 MA. That is a bullish sign. If that candle closes, I mean, we could get an explosive move. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Let me shut up now.
But the stability of longer run inflation expectations since the 2000s had not been tested by a persistent burst of high inflation. It was far from assured that the inflation anchor would hold. Concerns over de-anchoring contributed to the view that disinflation would require slack in the economy and specifically in the labor market. An important takeaway from recent experience is that anchored inflation expectations, reinforced by vigorous central bank actions, can facilitate disinflation without the need for slack. This narrative attributes much of the increase in inflation to an extraordinary collision between overheated and temporarily distorted demand and constrained supply. While researchers differ in their approaches and to some extent in their conclusions, a consensus seems to be emerging, which I see as attributing most of the rise in inflation to this collision. All told, the healing from pandemic distortions, our efforts to moderate aggregate demand, and the anchoring of expectations have worked together to put inflation on what increasingly appears to be a sustainable path to our 2% objective. Disinflation while preserving labor market strength is only possible with anchored inflation expectations, which reflect the public's confidence that the central bank will bring about 2% inflation over time. That confidence has been built over decades and reinforced by our actions. That is my assessment of events. Your mileage may differ. So let me wrap up by emphasizing that the pandemic economy has proved to be unlike any other, and that there remains much to be learned from this extraordinary period. Our statement on longer-run goals and monetary policy strategy emphasizes our
so
commitment to
clearly
reviewing our
evident
principles and making appropriate adjustments through a thorough public review every 5 years. As we begin this process later this year, we will be open to criticism.
Look at that fast downturn, and that's why you're like, well, Sam sold at 61.5, and it went higher, but like,
of our knowledge.
Watch it go all the way. You know, you never know what's going to happen here.
Demand humility and a question.
Be happy with your gains, no matter how you make them.
From the past and applying them
be grateful
flexibly
that you're
to our
winning.
current challenges. Thank you.
That's it. That's it.
Before we get to any of that, I am.
Hold on. That's not going to be the end of that, though. Hold on 1 second here. She's going to be loud.
I'm delighted to say that we have Federal Reserve Chair Jay Powell here.
It's great to be back here today. 4.5 years after COVID-19's arrival, the worst of the pandemic-related economic distortions are fading. Inflation has declined significantly. The labor market is no longer overheated, and conditions.
So they just replayed this.
It's great to be back here.
Okay, nothing crazy.
Delighted to say that we have.
Inflation
And
has
gonna run
declined.
that. All right, that was it. I mean, and we had a nice pump. I mean, Jerome Powell said what he had to say. We had a nice pump. It was what it was. We kind of we go from there. Bitcoin now lower than my sell, 61,400 people probably held on, and maybe are now selling below me now. People that laughed at me are like, oh, wait, you know what I mean? Let's break it down, what happened. Let's talk about it. I mean, I do see a beautiful shoulder, head, right shoulder, falling wedge to bounce off the 200 MA. Boom, boom, boom. Explosive move there, playing with whoever was shorting the market, just deciding to go at them during the speech. And now just to bring the market right back the other way to people who decide not to take a fast gain. I mean, I'm in and out, knowing that I can get back into these trades. The 4 hour now looks like it was rejected by the 200 MA. That's something we're going to have to get back above to remain bullish here for Bitcoin. So, you know, we're starting to see some issues for BTC. All right. And that's just like, that's going to be a bit of a problem there for Bitcoin. So let me jump on into the chat. I can't see the chat. I do see some issues there on the lag. We'll push forward through it every time anyway. But, you know, I do not know exactly what is happening. My stream should be at a higher bit rate, but it's getting cut in half. I never changed the bit rate, but we'll see. I did have a Windows update last night. It's so insane. Every time I do a bit of an update, something seemed to happen, and I didn't even want to do the update. My computer actually crashed. The internet shut off. We lost power yesterday, and I don't know if that has anything to do. Maybe I'll have to cycle my modem, but I apologize if there's anything going on. All right, wow, love the suit lifer. Thank you. Only Bitcoin rejected alts, not rejected on the 4 hour time frame. I know, Sean. I know, man. Nothing I can do, man. Sick of manipulation. Good morning, lifer. Yeah. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 1,100 beautiful souls in the live, and we hit massive gains. If you're in the trading group, I was long, and I kept saying I'm long. And then I even told everyone I just sold all my trades at 61.5. Now I can start the live stream. Half the reason I was late is because I was just taking gains. So another beautiful day of making gains in the trading group. God bless all of you. And here I am right there. Sold all my trades at 61.5 for gains. Okay, the show can start now, right? And, just was kind of caught up in some trades this morning, banging on them to the upside. We still started, 10.10. We still made it in at 10.10, right? So kind of like, almost like we weren't late if you think about it in a bit of a way, right? What up, Sensei Sebi? Shout out to Sean. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. I'm just going to clean up. I have so many websites open too. That might be a bit of an issue, so I'm just cleaning all that up right now as we speak, just so I can kind of make sure that I'm not overextended here. Slow us down a bit. CME Watch still telling us we'll definitely likely get that rate cut. Seems to be coming. He was pretty hawkish, dovish there. Didn't really say much. I don't know if he's going to go even in. Usually there's more than that. I'm pretty surprised that it was just that. Like, that's all we had. But interesting, right? Okay. And I'm still chopping down windows here. I do have a lot of things open, from Uniswap to you name it, Gmail, and it's never ending, right? All right. Thinking I got some drones. I'm thinking of getting back and getting some drones, you know what I mean? Really into the drone space. And I love playing with the drones. I had my drone license for years, and it's just fun. The kid, you go somewhere, especially the racing ones where you put the goggles on. If you've never done that, I'm telling you right now, that's such an experience. Anyway, let's break down Bitcoin and see what's happening. Getting a pump back to 61,720. The volatility is kicking in here. More red here at 62.8 suggests that we may just pump right back up into liquidity. See the Bookmap right there. What is all these bubbles and lines? This is Bookmap. Link in the description of Bookmap if you want to check it out. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Suggest that we can get all the way up into the zone. 62,800 here for Bitcoin. All right. Bullish retest on the top of the pattern. Usually he does questions. That was a weird ending. Well, it's Jackson Hole where he just gets to kind of say his piece, So that's kind of what it is, right? So follow me at Twitter, at CryptoLifer33. Greatly appreciate it. Always pumping out content, always showing you things, charts too, ideas. Might even give you something that I'm looking at right here, like Bico. I just like to give them, an idea here and there. So look at this 4 hour. Can we break through the 200 MA? 4 hour looks like it wants to go and it's curving up. And with these higher lows in a row, and that's a bit of a breakout out of the channel there. So far, so good here for Bitcoin, right? We just want to complete this move. So we'll delete everything. We'll end up back here again anyway. And we'll start our top-down analysis. I think we have a moment here in time before it gets too rowdy. 61,660 here. And so, as I've been saying, shoulder, head, right shoulder, as weird as it is, I've seen Bitcoin make one of these strange ones before. I just have this photographic memory of it. I can't go back in time and find it, but I do. And I've just been suggesting this trend line now for days, right? Saying that we're likely going to come at least to the top of the channel. And what we want to see is just tightness, right? Even if we come all the way to 68,000 to revisit 59, you know what I mean? To get tight again. And I'll show this every single day. What I like to do is my predictions too. I repeat them over and over again. And eventually, then when they play through, I'm like, hey, I was saying that for days. 61,750 for Bitcoin. I just want to jump into my perpetual for a second and see if there's any opportunities. 4 hours suggests it's time to just stay in the trade and, keep it going. Really was no reason to leave this bigger trade I was in, but I just keep taking profits. I'm in the habit of taking profits. I can't seem to stop. So even though I'm in a long-term trade, I just keep taking whatever, I'm just like, well, I'm green now, and it's Jerome Powell. And I had this feeling where I should just cover. And so I did cover. But this looks pretty bullish to me. The 1 hour is pretty close to the 21 here. And I'm kind of, that's kind of a shoulder. It's weird. See, I'm always open-minded. But that's almost a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder that could dump. But you could also try, say, well, are we going to make a more tighter channel here that then breaks out to the upside? And I'd be open-minded to both things, have an idea for both, watch as it plays out, and then take the highest probability. See, that's the key. That's why I'm more profitable over time, and you see me win a lot, because I don't take a trade until there's a higher probability of it happening. I just don't push myself if there's no need to push myself. All right? I don't have to do it, So, that's the key. Yeah, the bit rate is the same. We haven't changed anything. It's a Comcast issue for whatever reason. Pretty whack, Anyway, we'll see. 61,780 for Bitcoin, getting tighter in this channel. So this could be, this could be a potential play here for BTC. 5-minute chart, where are you on that? And so I'm always building the trade way before I'm in it. 5-minute could even be a pretty nice catalyst. And again, I don't know what's going to happen. We could go, any two of these is, and we could even dump. It's not like you're like, oh, I know this is going to do it. You're projecting. And honestly, projecting is telling the universe, hey, I'm open-minded to be like, I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, this could be a tiny little flag that breaks out right there. You see, cup and handle to the upside here for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's getting aggressive, back above weekly support, which was 61.5. I kept telling everybody, all we want to do is break above 61.5 for the week. That's all. Like, you know what I mean? One step at a time, one moment at a time. And if you set these goals each week and you come with me on these weekly journeys from Sunday to Sunday, from the candle close to the candle close, and we work together like we do every single day, it begins to make sense and it maps out. All right. Yeah. Okay. It gets in my head, man, when I'm getting a lag. All right. Look, that little flag did break to the upside there. 61,900 for BTC. And, it looks, wow. I mean, that could just moon all the way, too. You never know. I mean, the stochastics say yes. There's a very hard bullishness in the air. That's why I kept buying BTC, too, over and over again, saying, hey, man, let's take a look at that fear and greed index. Sitting at 34, too. We were back at 26 just a couple days ago. Right, and it's bounced. I mean, whenever we get into the shaded region, I open up that purse. It's time to buy BTC, possibly DCA, to some altcoins. Like, I use this fear and greed index. It works really, really well. It seems like it wouldn't. It's free. You just go to it. Insane, right? How something that simple can really show its value over time. So while Bitcoin back at 61,860, and it makes me want to FOMO right in here. I'm like, man, but a strange pattern, to say the least, right? Pretty weird price action so far here for Bitcoin. I'd like if it came up a little more, made more of an ascending triangle, right? Still looks a little odd here. Momentum on the stochastics, right? And let me get back into my bigger time frame and work my way down here. So weekly looks really beautiful. If we close like this, it would be awesome. If we close above 61,500, it would be even better. So I just want to see us close above 61.5. We do that, I'm bullish, right? Things are good. So, and we defended this area here at 58,000. Because if you lost 58, we were definitely, if you closed above 58, it was very likely the weekly was going to revisit 55,800. That was just something that was coming for us no matter what, right? So, and, we'll watch. But right now, the weekly suggests that we can't get a move further to the upside here for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the 5-day, 7-day, 3-day chart. The 3-day chart still looking absolutely bullish with the double bottom that we talked about, right? Boom, boom, boom. Measured move way up there to the upside. The measured move of the double bottom would be the length of the neck to the legs. You flick this up, and that tells you get all the way to about $80,950. That's a possibility here for Bitcoin, right? So I like what I'm seeing for BTC. Looks like we could clear the way for a bigger move. All right. Shout out to the 1,500 people here on the live. Let's go, baby. We're just getting started. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. I'm so grateful for all the people that are here, for the time that I do have, for whatever bandwidth I am getting. May God bless me. Thank you so much for the slight megabits you're letting me stream through. And, if I'm grateful for the little, may I get even more. Blessings on blessings to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. We love you. We appreciate you. And we care about you. We thank you for your viewership, because with your viewership, you turn this channel into an amazing place. And I have a purpose to be here every single day, and it's just a blessing. And I know it's a blessing. I always want to be really appreciative and realize what I have in this world. And I know this stream is just one of the most beautiful things that I could ever have. So thank you to everybody here. May God bless everybody. And let's have a wonderful stream. Let's see if we can make some gains together. Let's see if we can learn together, and let's have some fun. Let's be open-minded. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's stay positive. Let's stay disciplined. You're all disciplined because you came here. You watch a very disciplined person, me, every single day here on the chart. And you're here with me. That makes you a pretty disciplined person. So pat yourself on the back right off the bat. If you're coming to the stream regularly, you're pushing yourself to the limit. You're finding a way to learn, and you're finding a mentor, someone that you want to, you inspire to be like or want to push yourself. And that's the key, right? So 61,680, there's a lot of liquidity up here to 61,202 as well, which tells me that we could get a move here. All right. Either way, we're going to take a look and find out where the gains are. The charts are going to tell us. I already sold at 61.5. I am FOMOing a little bit to get back in here. I want to see if we can get ourselves a nice little entry. All right. Shout out to Paul Wood. Shout out to Jamal Antonio. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Jesse Landverde, Greenland. I love that. Shout out to KGD. Live from my man. I'm late today, but going through the much heavy things. I'm honestly, my day was a little foggy this morning too, man. I don't know why. The morning was weird. Just one of those strange mornings where things just didn't go right, But, it is what it is. All right. Best channel for TA and mental training. Shout out to Jay Bella in the house. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here. For tomorrow's course, do you have it saved? Can I have a day off? My job. Yes, we will record it and you will get it. Yeah. Everybody, we teach class tomorrow. We teach class tomorrow, $150 for class, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It is live. I sit there live with you. You get to know me a little bit. I talk about my life story. We break down a lot. Show you how I got into Bitcoin and when, the indicators that I'm using. Then I give you a 9-point checklist that I used it before I get into every trade, things that I'm looking at. I want to train you to become an elite. That class is for people that want to take their learning to another level, and they want to basically, accelerate their learning to a very fast pace. That class will get you. I mean, it really pushes people. A lot of people say after the class, they're making gains, And I'm not saying they're amazing. There's so much more to learn, but they can find some type of system that works for at the beginning too. I could pray for me live is one of the worst things I've ever experienced. Come on, man. It comes and you'll be all right. May God bless everyone here. Much love for you. I found out I'm going to be a dad yesterday. May God be with us every single day. God bless you, Kyle. You're starting your journey, man. Unbelievable. Look at that, man. Look at that. Better marry that girl, make her an honest woman. Life for Bitcoin bullish now, daily up. Away we go to 69 on the weekly. I don't know. Let's take it easy, my friend. Let's take it easy. None of that hopium garbage. I know. So anyway, we're pumping to the upside. The 3-day looks good to me. The daily's a little overbought, but just crossed the dotted line. Defied a little bit of bearish div. Or is that bullish div? I guess it is a bullish div. It's strange though. I've never seen one like that, but hey, we talked about the hidden bullish divergence too, a little bit on the 3-day chart so far playing out. Can the daily get back above the 200 MA? If that happens, my goodness. So what are we looking for today? You're looking for this right here. You're watching the 4-hour and you're watching this yellow line. If the 4-hour can break out of this yellow line, by golly gee, oh my friend, oh my, you are going to get a nice pump a lump to the upside here for Bitcoin. All right. And it's going to push us further to the upside. Now, there's a chance we just broke out, faked out. We come back in a little lower here. So, I never get too hyped. That's why I sold at 61.5. If you're still able to watch YouTube with the first thing you've ever experienced, you ain't experienced much. Yeah, I hope you feel better, John. Well, I was like last night sitting in the jacuzzi, gathering my thoughts under the moon. And I thought about when I did fall through the glass door and I was bleeding out my hand. I know I've mentioned it before, but it hits me. And I, once a month or a couple times a year, maybe a little, like 4 or 5, there would be a day where I sit and I think about the blood gushing out. And I'm like, what did I do? And I was like, man, I ran and I kicked the door to the emergency room and I said, I'm going to die. And I was like, what happened? Like, who saw me first? And I'm like, I don't know. And I kept asking myself, like, all I remember is kicking in the doors. Like, what doctor took me? What did they do with the blood immediately? Like, who helped me? I can't tell you. Like, what room did I get brought into? Like, all I remember is next thing you know, like they got a tourniquet on my arm or something. And I guess they have the bleeding somewhat controlled, and they're talking to me, and I'm like, and it was just crazy. But anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. God bless you all. 2,000 people here on the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. But then I was like, you're not, and then I started breathing heavy, and then my mom was like, you're not there right now. Like, you're safe. You're in a jacuzzi. Like, your life is different now. And I'm like, man, wow. And I'm like, man, I'm so grateful. And then I thought about life, and I'm like, I don't wish everybody has a near-death experience or an experience that shaking. And I hope not everyone, you don't have to have one. But once you have one, man, the greatest thing about that experience is I will never really be like a money-hungry, grubby person. Like, look at me, you know what I mean? Aries, I'm an Aries. If you research Aries, we're known to be a flashy sign. We like to push the limits. We like to dress nice. But at the end of the day, I know how fragile this life is and how quickly things can happen. And you just never know. Yeah. He said you were going to die from a cut on my arm. Yeah, it was near my main artery on my wrist, man. Yeah, it was on my wrist, brother. Like it was a 2 to 3 inch, opening next to my main artery. It was, yes, I could have bled out to death. Yes. Like, I love when people try to downplay what happened to me. Like, you just got a cut on your arm, dude? No, I got a freaking 3-inch slice right near my main artery on my wrist, brother. Like, if this cut was anywhere lower, like, I probably would have died for sure. Because there would have been no helping me with the amount of blood I would have lost. So, inches from my life, even centimeters from my life, honestly. So, anyway, let's get back. But my whole point is, when that happens to you, someone could throw $1 million at you, $100,000 at you, 10 million at you. They could try to buy you all the, with so many, and you could just sit there and be like, no, like it doesn't make any sense to me because I've almost lost my life and I know the value. Right? So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Taking a big sip of the lemon water. What's your price, Sam? I really just don't have one, man. My price is love, man. Shower me with love. Be a good person. Let me see that I can see who you are, and you've sold me, and you've got me for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? You flash money at me, you do stuff like that, I'm gonna be so freaked out by you. I'm not gonna want to even know what's going on. You know what I mean? It's the best way to push me away, right? You told us a story that I imagine what my life would be like without you, and God, you have done so much for me, man. Shout out to AMB Motocross, man. May God bless you. Don't make me cry my face off, man. I love you, brother. Thank you for saying like that. You were not meant to die, but that experience helped you recognize what true value is. It was. Glad you made it to the ER. So am I, man. So am I. Shout out to Jason Ferriani. He's been on the stream for a long time. Shout out to Mike Lee. Shout out to Martin. Shout out to Tom Balaban. Shout out to Miles and the whole crew here. We got a lot of lifers kicking throughout the world, man. We're a strong unit of people. I'm telling you right now. I've been there. I've seen it. So look, 3-hour break in the 200 MA. Bullish sign to me. I like that. About to get a golden cross. I'd be willing to just take a quick long there. Stop below the 200 MA and just, see if we can touch liquidity. 5-to-1 risk reward ratio. It's just like, it can't hurt to inch one out there, right? So I got multiple exchanges. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look over at my WEX, my weeks. I always do the weeks. It was WEX first. You know why? It's Mexi, WEX, Mexi, Wexy. But it's weeks. We the people, we the weeks, man. So, wow, that looks like we could go lower though, 61.5. I want to watch the smaller time frames throughout the day, but I like that 3-hour above the 200 MA. It's kind of calling my name there. Bit of a cup and handle here, and we're going to get back. So anyway, 3-hour looks interesting to me. 2 hours, still got legs. The 1 hour looks like it can continue to pump. And the 1 hour was in its own little, see, right here, it was in its own mini. Like there was your little mini, ascending triangle that, there's your measured move to about 61,200, right? Do you squeeze lemons? Yep, I do, man. Shout out to Matt Eagle. The moment you was talking about decalcifying the pineal gland, you had me hooked. I'm like these kind of people. Amen. Yeah, we got to decalcify the pineal, man. That's why I drink the lemon water every single day. Every single day. You know what I mean? Away, bless. Sam, you're an amazing person. I found your channel a couple of months ago. The best channel on YouTube. Excellent energy. That's how you need to start your day. Thank you. Amen. Thank you. Yeah. Weeks doesn't offer corporate accounts. Agreed. Well, look at that big move there for Bitcoin. Now you're back at 61.5 at my sell again. Every time it goes below, I feel better. I'm like, but it did go to 62,292. Man, your hair grow back fast. Yes, it does. My hair does grow pretty fast. That's one thing I was looking in the mirror today, and I was like, man, my hair grows pretty fast. I've said the same thing. But look, shoulder, head, right shoulder tells me that there's more here coming for Bitcoin. It's really going to be up to the smaller time frames, right? And look, the 333-minute time frame, very similar to the 4-hour, right? Rejection by the 200 MA on the 333-minute time frame. Still looks somewhat bullish, but, that's still a rejection by the 200 MA. Back, what did he just show me? The 333-minute time frame and the 33-minute time frame? This guy's out of his mind. You're away from the 21-day moving average. Looks like a fake out breakout for people just getting a little too excited with Jer Powell. I could be wrong. Only time will tell. But right now, that's what I'm looking at here for Bitcoin. 61.5 is weekly support or resistance. We really want to close the day above it. All right. Yeah. Emotional, they created for us, which is not real. Amen. Yeah. The screen share last night shifted something in my mind. Glad you're here sharing the light. Amen. Shout out to Taylor Thompson. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Okay. 30-minute coming back down to the 21-day moving average, 15-minute. So look, it looks like you can easily short this back down to the 21. Looks like we're going to come back down, and that was kind of a peak moment there of liquidity. Beautiful candle on the 15-minute. And as long as you took advantage and paid yourself, you'd be in the money now. So now we watched, I guess, the 7. And that brings me just to the smaller time frame. One of those is the little, those two white lines. Remember, one was the little triangle on the 1 hour. The other one is the bigger one on the 4 hour, right? Just in case you're wondering, you're like, what's going on there? 1 minute time frame. Let's take a look here at what's happening. So it's getting rejected by this trend line for whatever reason. Resistance, resistance, resistance. I mean, that's a pretty bearish pattern, if you ask me. It's almost a descending triangle, but you never know. It could still be a cup and a handle. It's a slightly higher low. There's a point of control here. You lose the point of control, you're going to gap right back down to 61,100. It just looks likely. Okay. Index and TRB, big movers at Coinbase. I didn't have either. Didn't know anything about them. All right. Take a trade. It's getting boring, right? Yeah. Descender. Yeah, a descending triangle, man. They're known to dump like 90% of the time. The base of their, So you would expect a pretty nice dump coming pretty soon, right? And what you would do is you would be shorting weekly support and resistance, right? So the stop would be up here at like 61.892. The take profit would be, I don't know, like 60, we'll say 60,005. $100 for 250, kind of lame. Not the best, but it looks like it's going to happen. I mean, it's a nasty pattern. when I've been limiting in it all the time now, and it's been saving me tons of money, right? The fees are like nil when I limit in and out now. It's pretty awesome. So I'll limit close too, right? Is Sammy in the money already on that? Now, how am I not in the money already? Did I hit open? I was about to say, yeah. And there it goes to the downside, right? I can move my stop loss like to basically not lose anything. And there it goes. That's got to change to like, yeah. See. I used to live in Anglesey, BRGT, Wales, yeah. And there you go, and the money, only $40, nothing huge. But I mean, I said it was gonna dump, right? And you got that weekly resistance, so a lot of people are gonna short that on the bigger. I moved the stop loss above break, into break even territory. I can't lose money now on the trade. Look at that one, huh? That's what happens. And that's how you make gains right there. And I just sold my long like not too long ago at 61.5, right? I just gave you guys another winning trade. I entered it exactly before it dumped. You almost were never in the loss. And then I'm showing you how to move the stop loss into the money. If my internet would work, right? I'm getting like late in, I don't even know what I'm making at this point, but I know I'm still in the game. I got to be up way more than 122. Come on, man. And who just called this beautiful short for you right in front of your eyes? Like, I mean, I do this all the time, short or long, it doesn't matter. I mean, come on, man. Who does it like this? Nobody. Nobody. And there's my trade. I just nailed it. Sold the 60,090. Banged on them, man. I tell you, these things dump. Right when Master Friend said, right, Lifer, I'm ready. Question: could you describe the 4 option to book on booking up? Email saying, I don't know. Just email Crypto Lifers, and you can pay with PayPal. And there it is. I mean, there's the descending triangle to the downside. And I just, you know what I mean? It's such a simple way to trade. Like, it's like, this thing dumps. I mean, look at it. It looks like it's going to continue. Now you've lost the 200 MA on the 1 minute, right? That's another short. So like now I could kind of mosey on up here. I'm probably not going to do it, but you could technically just ride that short like we ride the longs. And that could end up being a beautiful short. You got the SMMA and the 200 MA. So you got 2 things that are protecting you here. All right. Yeah. Book my profits as well. See you tomorrow. Who made gains with the Lifer today on the live stream? Who made gains with the Lifer on the live? Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, you were like descender. And you were like, make that your thing, bro. I was like, it's my thing. I said, it just does it. It just does what it's supposed to do every time. I got to 90% accurate signal when I see that descending triangle. It's like, you're getting paid. And then we had a gap in the VRVP. Come on now. It's too easy over here. It's too easy, huh? Hey, why do they have to make it so hard over here? Over here, eh? I can make gains on a Friday. So now I'm already up. Already made massive gains today. What a beautiful day it is to be alive, my friend. And it suggests that you will continue to dump, right? So now I could do a stop loss at 61,216. The take profit would be like, I guess, 60,194. You want to put those in the right place, or you're not going to win the trade. That's likely going to continue to dump, right? I mean, not the best risk reward ratio. You have to kind of go a little deeper I go to 59,970. That's kind of the key levels I've been watching. And they're just going to rock people's world today, man. A little too far for the 21. I'd like to see those pick back up again before we take the dump. So that tells me to be cautious. And honestly, what a great move. Like, I'm really happy with that. I don't even need to overtrade. I sold my 2 trades today that I was long on last night, woke up to gains, and then just made a gain in front of you guys too, and did it both ways. You know, we went up, we went down. BOOKMAP's got liquidity below us here at 60,000, and then they've built another little bridge here at 57, 56.90. So Red's has really stayed at that 55,000 level, and there's still a guy down at $47,000. Could we still go lower? There's a chance we do. Yeah, and nothing is guaranteed. I'm ready for a prolonged bull session personally. At least I made. Shout out to Keith Bradbury, my man. Deeper the better. Hey, fam. Amen. Shout out to Annabelle Emmanuel. I guess so. Wow. Thanks for the gains. Making me turn red over here. Went back to the pattern, though. Testing the 15-minute 200. Could bounce. Yeah, but it's got to regain that 200 on the 1 minute first before anything. I just build my next trade before. I mean, the thing is, the odds of winning this are so high that I might as well take it. Yeah, I like that 59.9 area. That's 50. No, let's see. Still only a 2-to-1. Why is that? That's better at 40. This is my 1 in 39 for 400. Yep. And that's a good, I'll take that. I'll take that to the bank all day long. All right. I wouldn't get in until we touch this 21-day moving average. We could break back above these, and this person will be right. We'll say, hey, we're bouncing. Is this a crazy divergence? You know? We're not going to look at the DXY. That's telling the true story. Yeah. This guy lives an imaginary life, man. Yep. It's starting to look at this level for a bounce. It's going further short Bitcoin until it goes to zero. Careful. Bitcoin can't just keep going to liquidity. Otherwise, the price would never go ever anywhere. Yeah, bear trap for sure. I don't know. You guys are funny, man. Bear trap for sure. I just play the charts one day at a time. We get back above the 200 MA, then I'll be bullish. We don't, then I stay bearish. Please list the top 50 coins for weekly trading. I did. There you go. You see my trap. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Have you heard of super rare coin? Yes, it's been pumping. It's been interesting actually to watch. So end of the day, we just kind of bounce at the bottom of the channel in the 5 minute there. Just a fake. It's funny. We talked about this last night. I said, watch, we'll probably go up and then come back down or down and come. Remember, on the live screen share, I said, look out for some wacky movement tomorrow just because they can. I don't know why, just because they can. You know? Play games for just because that's what they do. But this to me is still a channel in and of itself. It was a breakout fake out, but we still, we're still kind of doing this. So if we bounce off the bottom of the channel, so be it. If not, we're going all the way back to 59,365. You see? Because that's where the liquidity is, Yeah. If you could 50 into any coin at this moment, what would you pick? Yeah. Fifth touch at the bottom of the acyclical triangle would be expected, though, right? Yeah. We don't leave a wick like this in the hourly. It did not come back just before big dumps. The first wick signals a trend. Yeah. Myro is about to moon soon. Interesting. Weird too, though. Looks like it went to the original symmetrical triangle. 15 looks good to me. Bounce, baby, bounce. I mean, it could bounce here off this low, I just wanted to revisit the 200 MA on the 1 minute first. But the bounce could be in right there for sure. I sold, right? That was the measured move of the beautiful descender. And bang, I mean, that's the only thing about the descending triangle. Look, 2 minutes to make the game. Sam, I wrote a lesson about being greedy yesterday. I was up 100% on a SPY option. In 50 minutes, didn't get out and got smacked. Yeah, Tony Rose says, hey, man, I take my money, man. Every single day you guys see me take gains and step aside from freight trains so I don't get rocked. I could get wrecked in front of all you guys all the time. Or I could say, you know what, today's going to be the day. I really need to make $5,000 for everyone because I need to be the man. That voice whispers to me all the time. And maybe I'd over-risk myself, and then you'd see me lose 5,000 or something, and then I make revenge trade, and then like this channel could end really fast. I thought about it. I was like, wow, I could end this channel real fast, and my reputation, if I got greedy or started letting that voice come in. I said, Sam, you're here to show people how to make wealth and hold wealth. I said, that's your goal. You know what I mean? You're the example of someone that doesn't lose their money. I said, you show them how to compound over time, how small wins continuously win. I said, that is your game. I said, and people have faith in that because they see you're going to be here time and time again. I said, don't break their faith by trying to be a big shot and letting the devil into your mind. And I said, wow, so my discipline is keeping me around. I said, man, your discipline is keeping you around. I said, if you didn't have discipline, you'd make some seriously stupid moves on that live and it wouldn't be so good, would it? And I said, man, thank the Lord for discipline. You're waiting for the 1 minute across the 200 for a long. Amen. Did Powell speak yet? Yes, he did speak. Yep. He did. Please clip that live trade short and post it. It's amazing. Hardest thing to learn. You drink honey? Yes, I do, yeah. Ignore the voice if it sounds like El Capo. You're waiting for the 1 minute. I couldn't read that until I read it, so I'm sorry. Yeah. You only risk 100 USD. Exactly. 100 for 300. And there's over 3 to 1 risk. I mean, sometimes it's 300 for 900. Sometimes it's 900 for 27. It depends. I mean, I've also risked, I've also put 18 grand at 20x leverage. But just not always. Shout out to my Aries brother. Shout out to Irish Aries Matt Stevens. Winnie the Boo here. Got a jar of honey over here. Shout out to Annabelle Manuel. Demo trading tournament. Liver, thank you for turning me on to Andrew. Yo, the workouts are no joke. Yeah, he's the best, man. He keeps me in really good shape. If you do what he tells you, it's awesome. Sam, you're such a G. Much respect for playing your game the way you do and teaching us all. Shout out to Judge Bibbles. You sound like a baby. I had to do that. You sound pretty immature, though. I'll be honest, yeah. You really do, though. Like, guys, is this immature? He goes, I feel tears coming. Is that rude? I don't know. You guys could be the judge. He's now can be judged by the pulpit. You guys can judge that comment. Is that a rude comment? Or is he just being funny? I'll take it as he's being funny, and I'll go the positive way because everybody loves me. You know what I mean? No one's trying to hurt me, so I know he's trying to be funny. I like to troll the trolls, right? And be like, oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Appreciate that. Because when I was a loser, when I worked a night shift and I didn't do anything with my life, there was nobody trolling me. You know what I mean? So like the second you got a troll, you're like on the right way. You're like, wow, things are looking up for me. I might just be getting a Corvette tomorrow, right? What next is coming? First I got a troll, then I got a Corvette. Maybe I'll get a beautiful wife over here. Hey, it all started with the troll though. You know what I mean? Without the troll, none of this would be possible. Right? I'm just messing around, but it is funny, right? Everyone loves you, Sammy. If they don't, they're wrong and insignificant. Amen. God bless you. We heard what you said, Sammy. We love you, man. Yeah. I got a grudge of the judge. Yeah. I hope he's not being rude. I gave him the green light, the green name last Friday. I know, right? 20 when I'm crossing on the 1 minute. Nah. That's no big deal. It's okay. Still a bit of a bear flag, no. A bear is a bear is a bear. Are you a bear, sir? I knew you were a bear all along, playing to be a bull inside of a bull suit, but you were a bear hiding from us, pretending, waiting to short all of us. You never cared about Bitcoin. You were just a bear. What's your thoughts on Sun? Thank you, Shorts, for providing me with liquidity for my long. Amen, right? Paddington Bear. Oh, brother, you know. Oh, Balda. May alts 30% up in the last 7 days. Yeah, a lot of alts have made a nice little pump, man. It's been good. It's been good. So if we get the reversal, Sammy goes long. All right. If we don't, Sammy goes shout. I could set up both. See, instead of going long and shout, I have a better way of doing it. I can set up both trades and take the one that has the probability when it happens. Aha. Sammy did it again. Sammy showed you the status. How to make it happen. Captain. So the take profit would be 62.1, obviously. The stop loss would be 60,927 even on the move. And I can type those numbers in pretty dang fast and correct at the right time. Right now I'm sitting, possibly hitting that short button, possibly hitting the long, but we don't know. We made one trade already. We took this beautiful short to the downside on the live stream. If you saw it, it happened live. I hope you guys watched it without a glitch. Did you guys see the trade even though there was glitching? Did you guys still see the trade? Because if you saw the trade, it's a great live stream. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter. Like, the information is so amazing that we're pushing through the glitch no matter what. It's annoying though. I think a lot of people stay home from work and they're trying to like use too much internet for one line and they're just not giving me I don't know what's happening. All right, here we go, man. Here's the long now. So we flip long. Take profit is 62,000, right? 103. Make sure you get that 2 in there. Stop loss is going to be, I guess, right at that level. Yeah, 60,927. And if we get above the 200 MA, I'm in there like swimwear, ready to rock. And I'll take that right now. I'll open that long right now. I had a limit in. There you go. Bang. And once we break the 200 on the 1 hour, it's likely going to move out. Like, that's just a breakout. What it looks more like me is like maybe we were in this falling wedge that faked out, got back inside. Now you're in a falling wedge that moves to the back to the upside. All right. I could easily lose this trade. You know what I mean? I'm not a financial advisor, but that's how you make a quick buckarino. I mean, we're up $18 already. I start kind of moving the stop loss a little more into position. I don't like where the 21 is per se. That kind of makes me feel like the trade may not go that well. These are high risk. This is high risk. You know, you got to know what you're doing if you're going to do this. On my liquidation price too. You know, so got to get that stop up a little bit. But you want to make sure your stop is well above the liquidation, or at least somewhat above, you know. So we'll sit here and we'll battle this yellow line, and a lot of times we hold it miraculously, no matter how insane it looks with your emotions. Your emotions will tell you it's not happening. It might even dip a little bit below sometimes, usually not though. And we go from there. A lot of times I can't look, I just walk away, and I'll read a book or something. You know what I mean? Golden Crochet Forum, come on, bounce, baby, bounce. Laser focused, yeah. What's the leverage here? It's turning back. What I like about these trades is the leverage is 33x leverage, $45,000 trade, $1,300 in the trade. All right. And again, the more we start pumping, the more I'm going to use that 200 as my stop. You know. Still weird that we're making this bigger gap away from the 21-day moving average. Tells me to cover quick and cover fast. You know, like we're going to dump right back down to that 21. I did get in a little late too, you know. Oh my God, look at that. I just made $100 bucks. Look at that thing. And we just took it. We just took it again. I mean, that's insanity, right? I mean, and so you just watched me do it once on the way down, once on the way up. That was a huge candle that out of nowhere just happened. But now you're just too far from the 21. It's unrealistic that that's going to continue to spike. You know what I mean? And I do this calmly and collectively. I just expect to make money on a daily basis. I just print money here all day long, sitting on my computer. Pretty simple way to trade too. And I don't know. It's everyone thinks I'm a genius or something. I just do really simple stuff, man. It's just like I just have control over my emotions at the end of the day. Like, have you tested your like button today? Yeah, you guys got to test the like button. Make sure it works. I want to make sure it's working today. Hit it. We got 1,800 people here on the stream watching live trading. You know, you guys got to call Comcast too and say, hey man, enough is enough. Let this guy live trade every day. That is what we call professional. Amen. Shout out to the Gambit SG. We have a system that was most people are lacking. Amen. That's all you need. Control of emotions. Trading is easy, really. Amen. Amen. Yeah. And I'll be honest, even though the 21's far away, I still got to get cool with testing this. Remember, all the few times that I've done this, it's been the low of the day. And that has been the entry. Even Master Friend has tested it one day. It was the entry all the way till 5 o'clock that day. You know. Sir, you are so chill with taking your trades. Shout out to Abane Ramanan. Yeah. Sammy the Goat. Shout out to Servando Estrada. Lots of people can't control emotions. The discipline is key, friends. Yeah. Yeah, Xfinity been acted funny for me too yesterday. Yep. Sam, you're unplayable on that chart. And now it looks like we could just do the same thing again, honestly. Right? And now, and really go for the longer haul. Find something that repeats. Apply risk management. Don't do anything else ever again, and you're a pro, right? And that makes you a pro. It's like just rinse and repeat. It's weird because when you finally get it, it's a lot more. I don't want to say boring because trading is never truly boring, but the way in which you trade becomes pretty it's just, you just know exactly what you're going to be doing. It's pretty odd. You know what I mean? There's no real, there's less mystery than there used to be. How's that? It's not boring, but there's way less mystery to it. You just do what you're supposed to do. Right? And you remember, whenever you're getting into a trade, you want the 21 to be touching price action. Personally, it makes me feel comfier and better. So if I can be getting into trades when we're touching the 21 and above a 200, the odds of me winning are good because it means I'm getting into flags. And usually when you touch the 21, you're getting low stochastics. You see? They go hand in hand. All right. Great day, Sam. Blessings. Shout out to Stas, man. God bless you, man. And honestly, we've been taking gains all week long in front of you guys. I don't think there's a day. I lost a couple trades, but we brought them back. Monday we started with gains. I think yesterday, I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we've taken gains on the live stream every single day, whether it was short or long or short. We've been able to find a way here. And wow, it's each and every one of you pushing me to show up every single day. I appreciate it. And it really means the world to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, from my camp to your camp. May God bless you. All right. It's not boring. It just becomes routine, and that's good. Consistency is good. Shout out to Blair Stevenson, here for 1 year now. Shout out to Toby McDonald Wood, who's been here for over a year. Wow. That's what it's all about. Number one is just showing up. It's good to see your balance over 19K now. Yep, 19.6 now. Remember, it was down at 17.6. This thing is on the way to 20K. Sam, what's your go-to snack? Carrots and, like a carrot. I like eating carrots. They're really good for you. And this thing looks like it could pump. Touch the 21 with the curve, front run and I'd be front running the 200 MA, which I've only done like 4 to 5 times, because if you don't hit it, and you have to know this is why, well, you front ran it, you know. 62,135 stays. 60,927 can be added here. And every once in a while I'll be like, let me go 287 for 900, but not on a Friday, like on a Tuesday when things look perfect. I'll up the ante. But there's no reason to up the ante if they don't look perfect yet. So right now, this is the gutsy. For me, this would be really gutsy if I pulled the trigger right now. Because what I'm doing is I'm front running the fact that we're going to break this. And technically, being below this is a short signal to me. So if I get into this trade right now and it starts to dump in my face, and I know why, I'm like going against because my signal is to buy when you get above, short when you get below, right? So I really got to wait for that confirmation, I've learned. Otherwise, I get myself stuck in between, because then I'm like, well, dude, you know you're doing what you shouldn't be doing, right? Shout out to the 5 gifted memberships from Blair Stevenson. Thank you so much. That's blessings. Blessings. Blair is goated. Amen. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. So now we're breaching the 200 MA. 35 minutes, right click, countdown to bar close here. So now I'm gonna take it. All right. And we took the limit in. We took the limit in here. And remember, it's all about not losing what I've already made today. That's the most important thing. I don't want to give back the gains. Okay? And we should be getting a spike now many times here when you touch the 21. I know I could, I don't know why my stochastics aren't there, but I'll add them in a second. I'll show you how. Hit FX right here. Hit RSI. Hit L, boom, boom, and hit your RSI and you're still. There we go. Look, we're already in the money, right? That's the fastest $50 you ever make. $40 in the minute. How to Make $40 in 1 Minute by Sam Price. All right. The book by Samuel James Price. And look, now I can move my stop loss basically to break even again. And now I'm destined to make money again, or at least not lose my purse, right? And it's about not being greedy. Like, if I was super greedy, I'd have to stay in this trade the whole time and take everything it had. But you know what? I'm already happy that I've won 2 times in a row. I'll take $47 and walk away, $50 and walk away. I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? And now I'm making sure that I definitely cover fees, right? I can go to the close button, keep this open. I hate that, right? Keep this open and then just have a limit on. I like to, push my limits there. No, get funny, right? You get it? I don't know. I thought that was funny, but hey, the guy's a jokester over here. So I got tapped out of that trade, right? Maybe it wasn't a huge win. We'll see, right? 28.78, but you can see like consistently just taking little gains throughout the day has added up now over time. 272 this morning, right? 300. I made 300, right? These all 822. That was at night, but I took it at 823, right? And then, now that's 400. Now I'm up another. It's like a $500 day already, and it's a slow Friday, man. And look, it's still pumping, right? A lot of times I should just let that one I should have let cook, because it was my third one of the day, and I should have let it cook. I guess I'm trying to just constantly show off, but I could have let that cook to at least a couple $100. And look, right when I get in the trade, it starts to move. It's like I know when a bar is going to be a green bar, like, and I don't know how. It's like boom, look at that. I'd be up even more. I probably would have made almost $150 again. Yeah, you're smart, Sam, but this is how to play the game. Stop the money hunger and go for the small gains. Amen. I need $1 billion. What's the best way to get that? I have about $50 right now. Well, number one, the first way to get $1 billion is to know you don't need anything. All right. Because to get $1 billion, you need to live and work with abundance. All right. There's no way you're going to get there without working and living in abundance 100%. And when you use the word need, you're already telling the universe that you lack things, and that's not how abundance works. So the word need has to be erased from your environment, from your vocabulary immediately. And it needs to be exchanged for desire. You don't want to use the word want or need. You want to use the word desire. What do I desire? You desire $1 billion. Okay, now we're talking. Now we can really get you on the right path, because you're talking the right language to me that begins to make sense. And now we can have discourse. We can begin to build. It's starting to be in our favor here. All right. And technically, this should be the low of the day, right? As we've been backtesting with Master Friend, like it may never go lower than this today and continue to move, right? Target 62,000. Now, do you have liquidity? And does it have to be there? I mean, it doesn't always, but it's nice. It kind of, and you can see they are starting to build you back up at 62.8. There is enough back up there to get us going. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see how we couldn't get to my target here at 62,140. It makes sense. Okay. That makes sense to me. A little overbought stochastics, right? A little far away from the 21. Do we start making a rising wedge that's going to break out parabolic now? And that, because I've watched all these things happen in my lifetime. I have a bit of an edge that you don't. But now that you're with me every day, you're going to start getting my edge. You're going to start seeing what I see. It's going to start making more sense to you. All right? And all we need is these tiny little moves, 3 minutes at a time, 2 minutes at a time, stacking chips. You know what I mean? The Buddha says we only suffer because we desire. Amen. No, MC brother, not good for your health. Amen. What is MC brother? 62.8, let's go. Master Friend. Looking for that 62.8 as well. You must got a fair value gap up there that looks tasty. I mean, we had some crazy moves. Let's take a look on the all-time history index here for Bitcoin. Remove all the moving averages here. And so, yes, we had a spike, but the 1 hour is still inside the same pattern. Still suggesting the same move. Still proposing a pump to the upside here for Bitcoin. All right. Are you preparing for another long? Let's go to 62.8. And let's go grab that liquidity. We want 62.8 and we want it now. We can still cover the stop below the 200 MA, which is like, a blessing here. And again, I'm not going to be aggressive or guarantee it. I'm just going to feel it out. Like every time I get into a trade, I never know if I'm going to get into it till I finally get into it. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm guaranteed opening this trade now. I'm always like, I don't know. Something could change. I'm open-minded to believe something could change. See, the more open-minded you become, the more open-minded you become. Interesting, right? And through that process, you've gained higher insight that you didn't have before. It begins to grow like fruit on a tree, all right? And you begin to see the fruits of your labor for all the time that you've put in. And that's like discipline too. Like I love the best saying is like working out, because you get, you don't see the muscle grow the day you go to the gym. You don't see the muscle grow the second day you go to the gym. You feel some pumps. You start kind of getting a little bit of swollen. You feel, you can know you're on your way to something, even after a couple days. But it's really that first month when you finally look and you see a little definition that you're like, wow. And 3 months is where really things start to change. And then a year from then, you can tell that you've been working out. And people around you can see just by walking by you, whatever you've been doing, they can tell. And you've been doing it. And working out is the easiest thing because we can see it. We all can agree with that. But we don't know that mental fortitude is the exact same thing. Pushing ourselves to good habits, pushing ourselves to discipline, finding our way is something that we can do every single day like a muscle, something that we can grow every single day, something we can push and able to get ourselves on the right track to success. Success is merely a person that does all the discipline, all the things in discipline. And everyone thinks because you're disciplined, you have to live this rigid life. But it's like, no. It's actually the opposite. You get to live an even better life. Like if you're disciplined and you work out, you can take your kids whitewater raft. You can do things that if you are overweight and not in good shape, you can't. You can play soccer with your kids. You can play frisbee on the beach. You can run. You can swim. You can jump. When you work out and take care of yourself every day, you're a better person for your family, your friends, and everybody in your life, right? And that's the same thing when you take care of your mental state. When you take care of your financial state, you're able to be there for other people in a way you couldn't before. Just like your physical state. All these things come into play. True success comes into play when you have all of life's facets together. That's why you're not successful if you're a billionaire and you're 300 pounds overweight. Because, your family might worry about you. You can't really work out. You can't be there fully for the people that you love when that is where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Almost full ported me there, right? I'm going to get back in along here, yes. $61,800. Yeah. Tell you what, man, I'm saving so much money on these limits, on limiting in and out. Now, when I use the stop, fine, I don't, but you know what I mean? And so I'm going for $1,000 today. If we can hit it, that's the goal. $1,000 a day. Having fun on the leverage, you know what I mean? And it's fun when things work and you have a system. It starts to make sense. You can feel it, you know? Join the group, my good friend. Join my back room in the Discord, and I will personally train you with a solid trading plan via the money printer model. Or you could just do what I'm doing right now every day. Make games. I guess I'm like, people think this is hard. Every time someone calls me fat, I go so depressed. I got a piece of I go cut myself a piece of cake. You're funny, man. Working out definitely helps me my emotions in check, right? Sam, you could do $100 to 1K challenge series. That's actually pretty tough. I'll be honest. A lot of times I've done that, and it's been like I've done $500 in, and then I've turned $500 into $2,500. Like, I would probably do it. Maybe I use higher leverage. Are you long now, or is that just a possible entry? When you see these on the board, when you see this, whatever, when you see these lines on the board, these boxes, I'm in a long. Like when you actually see this box show up, I am in a long. Yeah. I can scroll down and you can watch the position. We're up $20 again immediately. I mean, another, again, I could cover right now and call it another win. Again, that's a little small. That's not going to do much. We want to have at least, we go for $100 a trade at least every time. And we can make $100 in under 3 minutes. It's a takey. You know what I mean? Like, it's about timing too. If I'm only in the trade for a very short amount of time and I hit a pretty fast goal, then I'm out. You know, hit this and be like, yo, I made 1.83%, ma. Right. Up $30 in the trade so far, looking okay. Stochastics are a little getting high, but they're getting close. This is going to be a make or break moment where we kind of pump up and take a nasty dump. We have a parabolic move, so it's a little high risk for me because I'm going on it has to be a pretty big, substantial pump. See how that stochastics just turned on me? Looks like it's going to dump. It flared back up for a second. This looks like a flag here now. This in itself is a little flag, right? It has a measured move right here. 61,700 for Bitcoin. Can we get another win here for the kid? We took a short, we took a long, we took a couple shorts over here. Hey. You have the money, I guarantee if you don't have it, you can get it, you deserve it. Amen. You know they're going to cheat, you know they will get caught, they will be held accountable. Please don't do any challenges, teach people fishing, don't give them fish. How did you just now find your channel last night? Join the group today. You're like a brother from another mother, and I just found you. Hands-on approach, man, I love you, man. A lot of people, they watch me and they're like, man, that guy reminds me of my friend, man. I know that dude, I get that every couple of, not every day, but I get it a lot with the lifers and the people in the community. And then they see my strategies playing out. Like I'm up $70 again here, printing. My wife says if I make enough on the stream, I can take her to lunch, but I got to make enough or I don't get to go. So I got to prove to her I've made at least $500 by the time the stream ends. And then she says I can go to lunch, but if not, I have to have boiled eggs. So I got to work for every time I go to dinner. I got to work for it. I don't get it for free, And you got to let it cook. And again, remember, just the initial entry when we got above the 200 is still in play right now. Remember that. I'd still be in the game if I didn't, But it's okay. I'm getting in, getting out, flipping it. I don't like to lose. I'd rather just take this $40 right now and run. You know what I mean? I want you guys to see only greens. No reds on my balance sheet. Stochastic's getting a little too baked here. See, look how they turned down on us there. Back to the 21, then we could lose that, and then this whole story is over. And I flip a L. You got to be willing to lose to win. That's the key. I don't think this is like updated enough yet, right? Look, I'm moving that stop loss, so if it does dump, I don't lose a lot. I want to lose $5 to $10 and be on my way. You see? And it's funny, the more bold I am with the stop, the less likely it hits. When I used to just not, do something stupid, you're losing so much money all the time. I'm just going to go in now with 100x leverage and just either get liquidated or make the gains. And how many times do beginners do that and they get absolutely liquidated every single time? Like 90% of the time, they blow the account. Like, well, whatever. I was going to take a shot anyway. I might as well have at the end. Like you lose, you get beat. You lose so many times, you just don't care about winning anymore. And you just throw the last bit you have at the biggest leverage you owe. And you just it's horrible. I've done it. I know exactly how it feels because I've done it. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're like, you know what? I'm just, that could be it right there. That wick could be it. That could be the money magnet right there. Right? And look how close my stop is now. Like I could easily get, I'm seconds away. But I'm playing the candles, Sketchy right now for sure. But if we can withstand the stochastic reset, we can get a parabolic move here for Bitcoin. I've been in a trade dang near the entire stream, right? Dear Lord, please remove these drop frames. Please give me Comcast what I'm paying for, $200 a month. I should be getting a really good business internet. Shame on this company for, not giving me full throttle internet and playing, I don't know, giving other people the internet. I don't know what they're doing. They're running on one line and only giving me pieces of it. I don't know what's happening, but I would like compensation. You know what I mean? And I definitely will be calling them today. Sam, you're amazing. I've been watching you for a couple months now, and you've been helping me understand to be very in tune with myself before starting trading with real money. You are the man. Amen. Yeah. If you got in there too, you're still in the money on that initial trade when we broke the 200 MA. As crazy as it sounds, look how high the Stokes were. I've learned to defy the stochastics when making this move. The stochastics would have kicked me out of this trade many times when I first started doing it. That might be it. I think I'm going to get stoked. Look how close that is there. And they might just hit me up and then make a huge pump. I don't care. I really don't. Every time is just an opportunity to see if I can make a gain. If I can, so be it. If I can't, okay. And I don't want to lose a lot while I'm doing it. I'm already set up not to lose a lot, so I'm already doing the right thing. All right. Yeah. You live in Florida. Now we have outdated communication lines everywhere. So whack. Now we're the highest almost we've been in the trade, battling this trade out. Oh, let this be at the big green one that just boom. Should get the pump now if never. Now we should get the pump if never, man. This should be the one. $60 of the trade, we'll take it. That responded fast. 11:31 a.m. here on a Friday, and we're trading this volatility here for Bitcoin after Jerome Powell spoke and just said a few words of goodness, and he was pretty dovish and it was in and out. Nothing crazy. Yeah. Maybe your suits are too up. You're funny. Maybe the regular line would be better. I get 1.4 unlimited data, $120 a month. But yeah, you have them test the bandwidth. Yeah. Nah, it hasn't been lagging since Boston. That's not true, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Last checkout, ATT fiber optic for your new house. I don't think they have it here though, but I will check it. There we go, baby. There we go. Can the pump be real now? I'm starting to get kind of frustrated and just want to take my gains. And when you limit out, man, you basically don't pay anything. I don't like this. There we go. Okay, so you just hit the limit, order, and close long. Limit and close long, right? And just get ready to take the gain. 62 is good. I mean, I'll take it with really little fees if I limit out. I'm just, the rising wedge looks like you're gonna boom, 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 boom. Explosive candle right now would be the move out of a rising wedge, like it just bomb, bomb, bomb. 21's close. Everything's looking okay. You know, you got momentum on the RSI. This would be it here. Look how close we were right there. Remember that? Insanity, right? Now I'm moving the stop loss above, right? And now it looks like we may be able to take almost 100 bones soon. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm about to take my 79 and walk away. I do that 10 more times. I mean, I'm going to hit my quota today. I'm going to take the gain. I took the gain. Watch it fly now, right? I took the gain. I don't want to be greedy. The stochastics keep hitting a height. That's something I've never seen. That's very rare. That's very rare. That's weird, honestly. And honestly, if it's rare, it tells me that maybe a big move is coming, right? What I could do is I could reset my brain here and still take the trade. And see, I keep building up a pretty nice stop loss inventory. What I mean is, like, now I keep getting higher away from entry. So now if I put it like a 50, you know, and then, so I just get less and less greedy as the day goes on. That's been my strategy recently, and it's been working, right? 200 could bend to pretty interestingly enough. I could almost still be below it, but not at a 3-to-1, right? And again, I'm not going to definitely take the trade. I'm just going to look at it. But it's still the 62.102. And to enter trades multiple times and win every single one of them, I mean, we haven't lost a trade yet on the stream, right? It's just like flawless trading. Again, it hasn't been huge, but big or small, it doesn't matter. I could have lost any one of those trades. I mean, by God's grace, I'm still in there winning, you know. This thing is relentless. So I got back in the long again because it looks like an anomaly is about to happen here. And I'd rather not miss out. I'd rather give a little back to find out what's going to happen here. Right? I wish I was 15 in trading. I know, right? I know he's like, I'm 15 in trading. And he's 15 and he's trading. Unbelievable. And just be careful too, man. One step at a time. Get a good education. You know, you have your whole life ahead of you to do this the correct way. There's no reason by 21 you should be just managing it amazingly well and just hitting, right? You know, you have the time to get really disciplined and find really good mentors to really take it to the next level for yourself. So I'm proud of you already being here on a live, taking it really seriously. I take it really seriously. So if you're on my live, I already know people are taking it seriously, you know? Look, there's that move there, and I could feel it coming, man. And it might be parabolic here. Like, it might just be an explosion. Could be a fake out as well. Stop loss already moved to above break even, right? So now I can't lose again. See, by not being greedy, I'm constantly protecting. And if it comes down and hits me off, so be it. So be it. We are a little far away from the 21-day moving average. You know, I'm up $42 now. $59 now we're, you know, cruising 70, and you're just gonna see me continuously print this money. And then I use the wicks of these candles, because like after they battle the wick, they don't always revisit the wick. That's what the wick is, right? And I get more and more comfortable with putting my stop like right on the wick. Pretty gutsy, right? But the more I do it, the better I get at that too. And then the less fear I have. And then like the less fear I have, the more I'm able to just continue to push. And I'll start using candle bodies, right? And look, that candle closed now, but I'll take that candle. They may get me. I didn't move there yet. I'm seeing if I'm playing a game now. So now I'm going to move to that wick. You see? See what I just did there? I was kind of floating the stop loss for a second. And then I placed it on the wick. Now, if this explodes up, which we could get the move, right? It could eat the wick. It's happened many times, and I'll get stopped out for $60 or something, right? But look, now I'm about to hit 20K soon, right? You've got to watch me grow in this account. Very, very slow. But hey, this is how you do it, all right? And I don't need to be a big shot. Again, these high... Now I'm getting some bearish. There it goes, though. Look at that. I was a second away from not getting stopped out and possibly making more, all right? Now it is starting to break out of a rising wedge, which is a parabolic move. The stochastics high like this is something I haven't seen. Like, that's very odd, right? They go up and down even on the 1 minute. To stay up like that is a very odd sign. That was kind of the anomaly that made me think, hey, well, something weird's going on. Maybe I can get a little more push out. And we took these 3 candles too. Every trade I've been in for a small amount of time. Okay. Render continues to impress me. Yeah, that's bold traders at old traders, but no bold old traders. Not the money only. It has to be fun or 99% quit. Yeah, I'm looking positive after futures. Not yet now. Thank you, sir. I just made $100. There you go. I just made 2.5 off the call. Sam is the man. Amen. You guys are risking. I mean, God bless you that you made 2.5, but you're risking a lot. Because if it didn't go your way, you could have easily lost a lot of money, right? But maybe you're cross leverage and it would have to go down so much more. But I'm just not into. I don't want all that too much in my mind. I need to keep my mind really free. You know. Yeah. Amen. Thank you for consistency and being here for us on the daily. Grateful for every day. Yeah. God bless USA. Powell's speech today is very positive. I think after future positive, very nice. To the moon, right? Looks like this is going to continue to pump. 1 hour looks good to me. Everything kind of set up for a continuation move here. Remember, the initial entry was still a good one, which when we crossed the 200 MA, you're still in gains if you took that initial entry. I got to start learning how to do that with 10K and be up 10,000. You know what I mean? I'll get there. See, I'm still perfecting my skill. I can make $1,000 today. I probably could have made 10. But again, the fact that I'm close to 10K a day, 5K a day, that's like my next level. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, right? So let me just be happy where I'm at and continue to be grateful, and let what's supposed to come to me as time comes on, right? DXY is dumping hard. Let's take a look at our DXY here on the day. Beautiful move for Bitcoin to the upside. We started trading. I didn't even think I was going to trade on a Friday. Again, days that have low volume and I'm unexpected have been doing damage. I mean, look, there's the descender. You know, it made the descending triangle and took an absolute tumble to the downside. DXY collapsing. And this is what we talked about. We said, can this thing break down? Almost a head and shoulder pattern and just really, really getting a beat down. It's just weird. You think Bitcoin would have pumped way harder. Even the altcoins would have pumped way harder. I mean, they're priced. Again, a lot of the altcoins are up in USD value. Why? Well, the USD is dropping. So altcoins that people have been accumulating and cared about, that have held their position the last week, they are up now on the dollar. You see the dollar's dropping. So when the dollar's dropping, it's going to affect everything in the game. All right. Look, we'll take a look at this. In the last 24 hours, you have PopCat up 20%, right? You have Sui up 15, Fed up 13, Core, SCI, Gala, Immutable X, WorldCoin, Near. Talked about Near in the trading group. You'd be in gains right now. Phantom, Render looked interesting to me. Jasmy's in gains a little bit there, 17% on 7 days. Injective up 20%. Almost every coin, when Jupiter goes back above $1, that's when you know we're back in like the hot zone. Jupiter's kind of like something I watch, and when Jupiter hits $1, then I know we're back in the hot zone. Jupiter is the the exchange for Solana, really. How long do you stream a day? What time? 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And you usually don't have any internet issues, right? Came up, came down, battling it now. Let's see what's happening here for Bitcoin. Look at your 5 minutes. Start kind of looking at what's happening. And again, we never lost the 200 MA on the 5. We bounced nicely off of it, right? And again, had you just, I don't know if anyone entered the trade above the 200 and stayed in it the whole time. I mean, you're just in beautiful gains right now. And then I'm always using the 21-day moving average in conjunction with price action, VRVP, and patterns, right? And I'm always using a proper risk management tool. And I'm making sure the trades are 3-to-1, and there's just a whole level to what I'm doing. Look, I saw this short before it happened. I called that quick long on the bounce up. I found the flag, and then the rising wedge broke out. Those are the 3 trades, 1, 2, 3 trades that we made, and this may be the 4th. I think I may have made 4 trades, actually. I can't even keep track at this point. I'd like to get this account to 20,000 in front of you and hit this next 160 and call it a day on the stream. That would be so official, right? But no pressure. If I put pressure, that's when I'll, 62, 688. You see, as we keep growing, the target keeps growing because that's what happens to the measured move. We know 61.5 is key weekly support or resistance. So we want to stay, below that for the stop loss. There's 100 for 9. I don't know if that's correct. That's 2 for 8. There we go. So 119 for 459. Red candles are the best to buy, but they're the scariest to get into. I like looking for flags that make sense, and I backtested this for years, so I'm the most comfortable with what I've backtested. I've seen this happen many a time, all right? I look smart in front of you only because I have the experience. That's it. That's all. And what I'm teaching you is how to be good at anything in life. How to look like a quote-unquote expert. How to show off. Because you've put in the work and the time. And because you put in the work and the time, you can do things that you just, other people think is just unimaginable in your craft. But it just means they just haven't put in that same amount of time. And if they did, they would be like, oh, what he does is pretty simple. It's like magicians. If you don't know what a magician's doing, you think he's, but you can learn the craft, and once you understand, and then you might learn how hard some tricks really are, It might work the other way around. I got stopped out, but I'm always waiting for the correction. Sir, I'm 17. Any suggestion for me? I'm from India. Grateful to see you and copy you, sir. Shout out to Siray Sarang. We love you, man. I hope you're doing well. What does the 4-hour Stoics coming to a point mean? A point where? It means you're overbought. It depends on if you're high or low, though. Don't copy me. Be your own self. Amen. It's 52x too much. I mean, it's up to you. I'm not a financial advisor. And there you lose the 21. Losing the 21 can be the beginning of a move to the 200, a dump all the way to the 200. Or it could just be the perfect last minute price action. Yeah, now you can risk way less for more here, right? 129 verse 7. I like to buy right when we touch that 21, right? So I'm in the trade now here on this flag because it bounced off the 21. That's a known signal for me to get in. All right, up 17 already on the trade. The second I get in, up 24 already. I've been in the trade for a second. Right, it's the 5th trade or 4th trade or 5th. I don't know. That right when I get in, we're starting to rock, but I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch here. I could easily lose this trade. And you're going to see me eventually lose. Nobody wins every time. It just doesn't happen. I would not like to lose a lot. Like, we should already have been bouncing. Kind of already done with this trade because it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Like, it should have already been pumping off the 21. Like, what is it doing now? You know? It's either trying to juice some entries, and I may lose $50 here, or maybe even more. We got to wick back above that white line right now for this to be kosher. Come on, wick back above the white line. Let's get the movement here. Stop playing the game. All right, second candle closed with double wicks. It's a pretty good sign. Flag intact. It's a bull flag. Have you ever seen one? That's a bull flag. Only up $1, back up $8. We were fighting there at even. 14. Again, remember the initial trade is still going, man, which is crazy. We should probably just not watch this and see it cook now. Let these stochastics go all the way and do their thing. Watch the one trade I don't take profit on, though. It'll get me. It's funny. It's like, we got liquidity above us, too. Shout out to our channel sponsors, I Trust Capital. We greatly appreciate you. If you want to set yourself up for the back end, you know, for basically your retirement, the back end, for your retirement, I Trust Capital is the place to do it. And it's better than the ETF, because if you double the weekend and you can't get that low price for Bitcoin in the ETF, what is it worth? But if you can get like 48,000, 49,000 and really capture these low prices, things can really change for you. So that excites me about I Trust Capital. I think it's way better than the ETF. I think you should definitely look into it. Hit the QR code and find out more at itrustcapital.com. Shout out to Decrypted.tax, a great place to do your taxes for cryptocurrency and regular. But they really are cutting edge and they get it done. They know what's going on with crypto. They're focused individuals that have they got it. They know what's happening. Go to Decrypted.tax today, get a free consultation and find out more. You're hurting yourself by not doing so. I'm telling you right now. All right, we're still flat here in the trade. Can we continue the pump? We want the pump and we want it now. All right. Flag forming, 21 in touch, stochastics resetting. All is looking well for the move. We even got a high volume node that we're kind of sticking on right there. I can't watch. Let's get our mind off something else for a second, even though this is all I do. It's impossible. Remember, today is the macro technical analysis video. We're going to be doing that from the top down. Wow, it's been a week since, remember, I lost my voice last Friday. I can't believe how fast a week goes. Pretty crazy, man. Like this. You know what I mean? Back in USDT, hope I'm keeping up with inflation. I mean, we have to trade this hard to keep up with inflation. All right, although, yeah, that looks like it's not going to happen. I see a dump coming now. I'll put mine below the wick. Only going to lose like 20, $30 here. Keep the losses small. When things don't look like that, should have already started pumping, in my humble opinion. Come on, man. Get your money up, bro. Get your candles up. And look how close I was to the candle there. It's more and more likely I'm not going to win this trade. This one looks like a dull. It's going to be a dull. But you never know. I'm open-minded and anything is possible. Look how close that wick is to my stop. That's just nuts. Oh my God, it flipped green too. If I end up winning this trade, it will be one of the most amazing performances ever, with the fact that that stop does not get hit. If that stop does not get hit, my goodness, it'd be hilarious. You guys see that? You see how ridiculous that is? And the battle, of course, in this candle makes it like so dramatic. They're going to get me. They're getting me. I'm out. No. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. Oh no. Oh my God, I survived that candle, man. I cannot believe I survived that candle. That's insane. Unbelievable. I'm with you, Sammy. Let's go, man. His wicks don't lie, man. You guys. Yo, that's crazy, though, right? They're going to get me. I'm out. There's no way they're not going to get me now. I'm out. I'm out. See you guys. I'm out. They're going to get me on this one. For sure, I'm out. 61.5, the weekly support of resistance. Can it hold the battle at 61.5? Can enough people throw in the longs? Can Michael Saylor step up and start buying right now to keep Sammy in the trade? Billionaires, buy. Flip that candle green. I survived a second candle. The third one's coming for me. That third one is coming for me. Oh my gosh. This is insanity. Oh my gosh. That's my stop loss. They daggered me out. Eventually. Hey, what a good run we went on, right? It was a good run. It was a good run. Yeah. Sammy Dangle, thanks for being here, brother. Love you, man. Shout out to Boss Crouton in the house, man. We love you, brother. We appreciate you. And we thank you. It still is a higher low. I mean, the original trade still is open. Like, look like it continued to do damage. It's still a bull flag that, you know, in my humble opinion, looked like it could bust. To the upside over here. I want to trade it, but, you know, gonna take a break for a couple hours now and see what happens. I like how you don't break your rules by moving the stop loss around. I'm confused. Yeah. I've been saved by 77 cents before on a Bitcoin trade. Was insane. Yeah. Bitcoin 42K short to the ground. I don't know about that. That's crazy. You guys are nuts. When people say stuff like that, I just laugh. It's just so stupid. It's like, why? Like, why say things like that? You know? So the 1 hour still looks good to me, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up, you know, at about 63,000 when the day ends today. You know, like, it looks like a bigger trade is on the horizon for the 1 hour time frame. So we go to the 1 hour. I'd be willing to open up. Do I have a long open on the 1 hour? No, right? May have to come back down, but like 61,500 is still holding pretty, you know. It's interesting that flag may still be in play here. Now the stochastics are ready to rock. You'd say I'm revenge trading, but I don't know, man. I like this setup, and it was weird that it didn't get the love. $61,355. I even gave it a higher target there. Let's see, man. If I hung out, I'd still be in the green right now. All right. I forgot I didn't mark it in. I got to remember I'm limiting. Now, I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to look away. Guys, you have a coin I can talk about? Shout out to the fan funding. What's going on in the fan funding here? Stas, great day. Blessings, Sam. Thank you. Great day. Blessings to you, my friend. Lifers gives game. Put in the work. Follow his advice, and you'll see real gains. Join his Discord and watch his live streams to transfer your life. Thank you, Jay Rainey. Can you check Sui really fast? Thank you. And only one ask there, and a lot of you. Oh, no. Whoa. Shout out to Lachiza Endera. And shout out to everyone that gave a super chat today. Bill Brown, can you check the 5-day Gaussian channel close? Can you please check out Pepe Unchained pre-sale? Nah, I'm not doing that. Sorry. Do you squeeze the lemons? Yeah. Lifer, I'm ready. Question. Could you describe the 4 option to book? One is my master friend, right? One is an hour with me, and one is the class. Yeah. I don't know about 4, but I know about 3, I guess, right? Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Live Life Free. Yeah. Shout out to Lazara and Dara. Shout out to Crypto Thorough. And every one of you people here on the live. We appreciate you. We love you and we care about you. And we thank you so much for your viewership and your constant support and love every single day here on the channel. All right. Down 18. Getting chewed up. Support of resistance. See if we can get a better move there. It is Friday, low volume. Not the best day to trade. I can't believe what happened already. So we should be so blessed, you know. Anyway, I'm going to start my macro technical analysis video, guys, and jump on out of here for the day. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. Apologize for the drop frames. Hope you still got something out of it. We still got a lot of viewership. Hit the like button. I really greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for everybody being here. I really, really, really appreciate it. The 1 hour still looks really good to me. It's curving to the upside. You know, anything is possible, but the stochastics look like there's more momentum coming. Just attempting to position ourselves at the right moment here. Up, getting another dumpage here. Might lose 89. No. Chewing me up now. Chewing me up. Now I lose 2. All my hard work goes down. You know what I mean? But that's okay. It's Friday. I don't intend to trade again, really, after most of today. Might open up a bigger trade on the 1 hour and let it cook, but that's the only thing I would be doing. Yeah, that doesn't look good now. We didn't get the follow through. That candle had a move. It did not. You never know. You never know. I'll give you guys exactly what happened in the trading group. We'll find out. Everybody, I'm out of here for the day. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notification. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. May God bless everybody here on the live. Did I forget one super chat? I think I did. Someone asked for Sui. Hold on 1 second. I got to do Sui here. All right. Someone asked for Sui. So we got a nice pump when it crossed the 200 MA from 85 all the way back up to $1 again. Charts have been very interesting to read, I'll give you that, but a bit of a double bottom there. If you look at your daily for Sui, a bit of an inverted head and shoulder, no? Suggesting that this thing could go further to the upside, right? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You know, daily looks like it wants to continue. What I'd be looking for is an 8-hour cross of the 200 MA, and you got that. That's bullish to me. And then, you know, you have this kind of trend line that you just broke. Say you kind of fell out, broke back inside. You're a little far away for the 21. So just like Bitcoin, like, do you come back? That'd probably, if Sui comes back to 85 one more time, I mean, that's the chance before it booms back to 158. That's going to be a double up, and these coins will double pretty fast. Some people don't realize, like, and the time to buy them is when nobody's paying attention, all right, and you could be getting hammered on it. But, you know, there's a nice dump there for Bitcoin, you know, and you look at the 200A, lose the 200 MA, what's happening here? But I still see us just inside that tight channel. Nothing really big happening here for Bitcoin, just taking advantage of these smaller moves. All right, I'll keep everybody updated in the trading group as time goes on. And I appreciate you all for being here. Again, apologize for the drop frames. Thank you so much for jumping on in. 750 likes. When we get the likes up to the watchers, I would greatly appreciate it. 1,000 likes would be amazing. We're pretty close. And thank you so much for the $54 in chat revenue. May God bless everybody here on the stream. Thank you so much for your time, your viewership, and your constant support. I'll see you guys in the trading group. May God bless you all. Thank you. Look out for the macro technical analysis video coming out at about, you know, sometime in the afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock. I should know the time, but it's somewhere at 3, 4 o'clock. On every Friday afternoon. So I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.